This is an uncut video of how I achieved this beautiful, elegant, glossy, but simple to do makeup look. Watch on to know how I did this. Hello and welcome to my channel. So I'm doing a very simple look. I just did my base and realized I didn't switch on my camera. I'm so sorry for that. But what I did is I mixed my concealers and a little bit of an illuminating cream. I used the Swiss Beauty concealers in the shades light and a little darker. So number 3 and number 6 is what I mixed. And in this mix, I added a little bit of strobe cream. I have the travel size of this. So MAC strobe cream I added to this. So this was a more amount and these two were in very small amounts. Okay, so that is what I did for my base, and also going along with a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes and around my mouth. Okay, so that is it for the base till now that I have done, and I've already done my brows. So moving on for this makeup look, I'm going to keep it very simple, something doable. You can also skip this part and just use a tint if that is easy. The choice is all yours. If you want to use a foundation, you can use that for your base. I'm going to make a detailed video teaching you how to perfect your skin, whether be it foundation, concealer, a tint, whatever. Okay, so subscribe to my channel for that if you want to get notified whenever I post that, how to get a flawless base for your complexion. So without any more talk, let's move on to the next part of this makeup that I'm doing today. I am going to use the stick bronzer. It's in a cream format and it's in a stick format. These all are by Lakme, and one is a bronzer, one is a highlighter, one is a blush. Okay, so I'm using a pink blush today. So what I'm going to do is take this bronzer and put it on the back of my hands like so. Okay, just a little bit, not too much. And now I'm going back with my foundation brush, sorry, concealer brush that I use to blend my concealer and highlighter and everything, buffing the brush in so that the brush gets loaded with all that bronzer from my hand. And placing it wherever I need. So make sure you're looking right ahead when you're doing this so that you can see your shadows, right? So right now I have shadows from this side and I don't have shadows much unless I keep my hand over here. So because I have the window on this side, so I'm going to guide myself, put my hand here so that I get my natural shadows. I like to blend my concealer into my hairline as well. And whatever is left on my hand, that's barely anything, just a little on my nose. All right, that's it. Now, what you the point of this is you use the same brush, a medium-sized brush for your concealer, your bronzer, uh, your blush, and when you do that, you know, your makeup becomes very, very seamless because there was already some concealer on my brush when I'm blending my bronzer, and it shears down the effect of the bronzer. And now since I have a little bit of bronzer on my brush and I'm going to use some of this blush, I'm going to do the same technique. Rub the product in at the back of my hand. That's a beautiful bright pink. I love that. And work this on my brush like so, so that now my brush is loaded. And it has a mix of concealer, it has a mix of the bronzer from what I did before applying the blush. So now you don't have that fear of putting too much on your skin because you know, your brush has a very, very light amount of blush on it that is manageable. So you will never end up with clown cheeks if you do this. See how beautifully uh, that deposits product on your face. And I still have some on my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and rub it vigorously on my hand and build it up. I like to put some on my chin and some on my forehead, because when you blush, like not blush, but when you are red, when there is a flush of color on your face, you don't just get it on your cheeks, you get it uh, throughout your face in bits and pieces. So you need to just mimic your natural redness of your face wherever you tend to get redness. So that's the point of natural looking makeup. Just mimic how your skin uh, feels or reacts to different situations. Like observe when you do gym or when you exercise or go for a nice walk. How does your face flush up? Try to recreate that look, and that is going to look most natural on you because that's how your skin is. Very, very beautiful. Now moving on to some highlighter. So for the highlighter, I am going to place it directly on my high points of the face. And for the highlighter, this rule doesn't apply, okay? Because you have a lot of pigment still here. Unless you clean your brush, like so, rub it on the clean side of your hand. So here, if you have product, rub this brush really well on the clean side of your hand. Take that excess product off and just tap it so you blend it easily and nicely. All right. Now is the time to put some shadow on your eyes, and for that what I'm going to do is Oops. Again, using my palm for my palette. And I'm going to use a nice fluffy brush. You could do the two things. Either you spray your brush, wet it, and then go to your palette. I'm using a palette by Lakme. This is a very, very old palette. So I'm mixing these two colors, these pinky colors. So just taking that and just placing it all on my lids. And that looks very, very beautiful. This is the easiest way you can do your eyeshadow. Because if your brush is wet, you know, the pigments will show up very, very strong. Okay. I hope that's visible. And now you take a clean brush and just wipe any edges that you may have. Like so, just done. You could use a small tiny brush like so and pick up a darker color like this and just place it at the bottom of your eyes, at the bottom lashes, sorry. And just smudge it with your hands, fingers. There. All right. Doing the other side. Very, very subtle, right? Nothing too much. Now's the time to set everything that you have done today. So for that, I'm going to use a nice fluffy brush like this. This is very, very fluffy. This is by Mars. It's barely 200 rupees. This is a very good brush to set your powder, to set your cream products with a powder. So you could use any fixing powder, any finishing powder. I am using my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter powder. Just barely where I need it. Focusing just on the center of my face, nothing else. That's it. Now, after all of this that you have done, it's important to accentuate your blush and your bronzer. So we are going to go back, use a nice So I would recommend when you are reinforcing your blush and your bronzer, start with your blush first. So I'm using, what is it called? Okay, so this is a blush by Simply Nam by Namrata Soni. She's a makeup artist. And I love her, the way she does her makeup. I just absolutely adore the way she does it. And I went ahead and bought this palette by her brand called Simply Nam. And so I'm using a mix of these two colors right there. And reinforcing my blush. All right. And now is the time to reinforce my bronzer. So I'm using a bronzer by PAC, sorry. And this is how it looks like. The color is called Showbiz Spotlight Bronzer. And I am going to load my brush with the bronzer very light-handedly, nothing too much. Tap on the excess. And it's important to look straight when you're doing this so that you see your shadows pretty clear. So I'm using this to see where my natural shadows are. So that is how you reinforce your blush and your bronzer. Okay, now is the time for the lips. And before the lips, let's do okay, so I would want to do mascara first. Okay, so that I don't use a waterproof mascara because I feel that's too harsh on my lashes. And that's why I want my mascara to dry up before I give that last makeup fixing spray. And that's why I'm going to do my mascara first and then move on to my lips as the final step. So by the time I do my lips, my mascara dries very well. Make sure to take off the excess from your wand. And okay, I need a mirror for this. Just put a little bit of amount, not too harsh. Just to open up your eyes, like so. Doing the other eye, let me get this out of my way. Okay. So that's it. Lower lashes. Okay, so moving on to my lips, I am just going to take a little bit of the same blush that I used. Where's that brush? And using the same, concealer brush. Just softening it a little. And that's how your lips and your cheeks, everything is very, very in a cohesive color palette, because you're not using anything out of this palette. Your cheek color, your bronzer, your concealer, so these are the three important colors that you're using, and if you keep those colors throughout in your face, on your face, sorry, your makeup is bound to look cohesive and elegant and very, very effortlessly chic. Now, to top this off, to add a little bit of drama, I'm going to use a nice glittery gloss. And this is by Makeup Revolution in the color Glimmer Nude. So taking a nice amount. And just using on my center, because if you use this on your corners, you will get a little, it's a little heavy. So that's how it looks. Okay, so now to add a little bit of finishing touch to this, take a nude kohl pencil. This is by Color Chemistry, and I absolutely love that it's not white. It's a nude color, and if you use a nude eye pencil under on your waterline, it opens up your eyes dramatically, like so. See the difference? It makes your eye look very fresh. And you're done. That's the finished look. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of spray on my face. Just a little, not much. And there you have it. A nice, dewy, happy, daytime, fresh looking makeup, just with a few products. Okay, so if you like this, let me know what you think about this. If you enjoyed it, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, very soon. And till then, take care. Bye bye.